Yep, you read that title right. We're going to be predicting characters for the upcoming new Mario Kart game for the Nintendo Switch 2. Yep, that's right. It's me, Lost64 here, and well, welcome to the channel. And if you're new here, well, like and subscribe if you like the video. Yep, we're going to be predicting characters for the upcoming new Mario Kart game, which I'm just referring to as Mario Kart 9 for the rest of the video, just to make it simple. There's a little bit of debate about the title. It's called Mario Kart 9. And, we'll just get right into it. Well, getting into this topic, we should first talk about the video, which is buried about 3/4 of the way through the Switch 2 presentation, is our first real footage of the upcoming Mario Kart game, which, as I mentioned, I'm just going to be referring to as Mario Kart 9. First thing many people will probably notice about the footage, besides, oh my gosh, that's Mario Kart, is the fact that there's 24 racers instead of the usual 12. This leads me to believe that this roster is probably going to be massive. This means there's probably just going to be a lot more characters. The last game, 8 Deluxe, had 42 characters, which is already a lot. But I'm just going to throw the number 72, which is already a lot, but that's like 24 times 3, so, a lot of characters. And just throughout the video in the little corner, I have a little graph of like all the characters added up. Well, first off, we should go through the characters that are actually confirmed to be in the game so far. And there's just a list I pulled from the Mario Wiki. Those are Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Toad, Yoshi, Daisy, Rosalina, Donkey Kong, Wario, Koopa Troopa, Pauline, Waluigi, Toadette, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, Bowser Jr., Lakitu, King Boo, Shy Guy, and Birdo. And just like that, we're like 3/4 of the way through the video. We just knocked off most of the roster. That's real nice. It's going to make this much easier to make. Well, I'd like to note some interesting things about the roster itself. First thing is just the new art style, which is a lot more cartoony, and it's very similar to Mario Wonder. It's making me believe that maybe in future Mario games we'll just get this design. I kind of like it. I'm still getting used to it. It'd be strange if they just had it so this and Mario Wonder had a new like art style and all the games reverted back to it. So I'm assuming Mario's gonna now just like look this cartoony, which I'm all here for. The second thing I want to note is Donkey Kong's new design. I'm sure you've seen it. The real question I have is if it'll be implemented in other games, but it's kind of out of the scope of this video, so I don't know, maybe I'll make a video in the future. We'll see. Third thing I like to note is the fact that we can see Peach in the trailer. She's not wearing her biker outfit, even though she's on a bike. This means one of two things, which is that they're either not going to be bringing back the biker costumes, or maybe it's just going to be an alternate outfit from now on. Which I'm leaning more towards it being, an alternate costume that you can choose. We'll just have to wait until April 2nd. The fourth and final thing to mention is the fact that we have all the babies confirmed, which is it's just wonderful. Yippee! Wow. Well, on our predicting characters, for me to predict characters I think will be in the next Mario Kart game that weren't announced in the trailer. First thing, I'm going to be looking through the roster of 8 Deluxe of characters I think will just carry over. Those being all 7 the Koopalings, Dry Bones, Metal Mario, Pink Gold Peach, Petey Piranha, Wiggler, Kamek, Peachette, Diddy Kong, Dry Bowser, and Funky Kong. That rounds our number up to 41, which I've left out the Link, Inklings, the Animal Crossing reps, and the Mii's. I will discuss them later though, so just wait till the end of the video, don't worry. As I mentioned, Mario Kart 9 I believe will include skins, so I just believe Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach will be merged in with Mario and Peach as character slots. I believe Metal Mario will stay as his own separate character due to the fact that Gold Mario is his costume in 8 Deluxe, so I just think also because he has a greater difference in stats compared to Tanuki Mario, that he'll be his own separate character from, Mario. And I think the same will just hold for Pink Gold Peach. I think Dry Bowser will remain separately, too, because I just think he's cool. That's about it. And Peachette, I think will be kept separately just because, if Nintendo added her to the Booster Course Pass alone, they might as well keep her as their own separate roster member. So now on to characters who are not from Mario Kart 8 who I think will return. This section will be split into tour and non-tour characters. We'll start with the latter, though, don't worry. That includes Donkey Kong Jr. first off, which I think he actually will return in this game, whether it's an 8-bit sprite or a 3D model. I think they'll want to emphasize the fact that this is the ultimate Mario Kart game, by having every character from the prior entries. So I think Donkey Kong Jr. will be his own separate character, most likely just an 8-bit sprite, which kind of sucks, but, you live you deal with it. Next up is Koopa Paratroopa, who I think will also return. I don't believe he will be his own skin due to him just having different trick animations and different voice lines, you know? I mean, regular Koopa Troopa has his own variations alone of shells and skins if they add, skins to the game, so I just think he'll be his own separate character. And I mean, you can debate me, but I mean, if Dry Bones is his own character too, he might as well be too. Next, we got Rob, which we will touch on later with the rest of the other character reps. Which finally, I have Honey Queen, which I believe will return, as I mentioned. I think they want to emphasize that this is the ultimate Mario Kart. It's just kind of funny, And that bumps our number up to around 44 introduced characters. And now onto the Tour exclusive characters, being Hammer Bro, Monty Mole, Nabbit, King Babam, Dixie Kong, Charging Chuck, and Poochie, which I all think will be in the next Mario Kart game. I know Captain Toad is considered his own separate character, but I just believe he'll be his own extra skin for Toad. Hammer Bro, I think Hammer Bro first off will makes a lot of sense to be added to Mario Kart 9 if they're gonna have skins, because you could have super cool ults and variations, of different elemental bros. Monty Mole and Charging Chuck are also just really cool Mario enemy characters along with Hammer Bro, and I just think that they make a lot of sense if they were in Tour. Characters like Poochie and King Babam are wild card picks, and I just think it'd be really cool if they were Mario Kart 9. As well as I mentioned, Dixie Kong is just such an obvious choice for another Donkey Kong rep. And the fact she wasn't in Wave 6 kind of shocks me, because they added Peachette over her, which is kind of crazy. So, I'm assuming she's going to show up, she's a great DK rep, and they're always, if she was in Tour, she might as well be in this game. And, she was just kind of a strange omission from 8, which, speaking of 8 omissions, we have Nabbit. Nabbit has kind of had a bit of a mediocre rise in the Mario games in general. He showed up in Mario U. He showed up in a couple spin-offs, like he showed up in Mario and Sonic at like 2016 Olympic Games and like Mario Golf like Super Rush. And then he got added as like a major character in Mario Wonder now, which, the fact he wasn't added in 8 around the same time is just kind of nuts for me, Like, we really got Peachette over him, I don't want to harp on Peachette too much, but like, really? I mean, he seems to be showing up in 9 most likely because there was a Nabbit themed ad in the background, so I think he's, of all characters I've mentioned so far, the most likely. That is up to 51 out of my 72 characters I set for this roster. Well, this is when my predictions kind of start to get real, because I'm not relying on past rosters. I have to like actually come up with characters, which, this is when my predictions get really, really real. For my first prediction, I have Ninja. Ninja's been making a comeback, and I wouldn't be shocked if he just becomes a mainstay in Mario spin-offs, similar to Shy Guy, as like a Mario enemy rep. And Nintendo really pushes some enemies every once in a while, and Ninja's been one of them. They did the same thing with like Spike, for example, so, be pretty cool. Next up, I got the duo of Boom Boom and Pom Pom, which each have been mainstay mini-boss in the Mario series, and out of all mainstay mini-boss in the Mario series, I think they make the most amount of sense to be playable, They've been in other spin-offs too, compared to like other mini-bosses like freaking like Reznor, and like I can't even think of any other ones. They just make the most amount of sense to be playable. Next up, I got a trio of Luigi's Mansion characters who I think will all make it in, those being Egad, Luigi, and Polterpup. I think Egad would be really goofy, This is an old dude. I just find him really fun to play as if I do. He was supposed to be Mario Kart DS. It'd kind of be like a full circle thing, similar to like how Kamek was finally added to Mario Kart. Luigi would also be really cool, as I'm debating if he'd be his own skin, but I think because of his trick animations and voice lines, they can make him his own separate character. I mentioned Polterpup would be pretty cool to play as if they're gonna have Poochie be playable, why can't he? Next up, I got 2 Donkey Kong Country characters I think will make it in, those being Cranky and King K. Rool. They're both iconic characters. I mean, Cranky's been playable on Tropical Freeze as well as he was in the Mario movie. King K. Rool was in Smash, so, I feel like they're great Donkey Kong Country reps, and they should make it in this game. And, I just think it'd be really cool if we had another Donkey Kong game coming out soon, I have 3 more picks, and they're all babies, because I'm lazy, and I kind of want to go to bed right now. Those characters being Baby Wario, Baby Donkey Kong, and Baby Yoshi. That's just 62-ish characters, and that's all of my base roster predictions, but I have 10 more guest characters I'm predicting, and those are all the guest characters. That's how I mentioned how I left out all of the Link, Animal Crossing, all those characters, so now I'm going to be going over them. I have left 10 characters as guest characters, and I'll just be going over all of them. I think Rob, Link, Animal Crossing Isabelle, Splatoon reps, and Mies will all return. Rob, I think, they'll want to emphasize, as I mentioned, the Ultimate Mario Kart. So why not bring back the obvious wild inclusion? Link, I just think will return because he's just a popular character in general. Same thing for Animal Crossing and Isabelle. Same thing with the Splatoon reps, Mies, because they're customizable. I'm assuming they're going to be coming back, and I'm just going to say they include their own separate roster slot because I'm lazy, as I mentioned. And I have 4 more characters left. We've not shown up in a prior game that I'm predicting here. Those are Olimar, same as Aaron, Captain Falcon, and Kirby. And just like that, we've made it through all of the characters, all 72 of them that I'm predicting. Well, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And that's all I have to say, except for I have a couple things to mention. This is my first video in like over a month. Did not mean to take that long. I've been really, really busy, so I haven't had much in the way of time to like work on videos. So I will get up back on track, because this video will in fact be a series of prediction videos on me predicting Mario Kart 9 as our only real known Mario Kart game. Just want to, predict. The next video is either going to be items or retro tracks, and then after that I'm going to do the battle mode, and after that I'm just going to do like a miscellaneous video. So that, as well as I have some other videos I'm cooking up, so stick around, like and subscribe as mentioned, and I'm sorry for the delay.